His career has spanned more than 50 years. You may remember him for his roles on WKRP, Sister Sister, and That 70s Show. You can catch him at the Tulsa PAC tonight and tomorrow night in Baby If You've Ever Wondered, an evening with TV legend Tim Reid. We are so happy to be joined this morning by Tim Reid. Thanks so much for being with us.
My pleasure.
We appreciate you being here. You're not from Tulsa. What made you want to bring this show to Tulsa?
Well, my good friends over at the theater just were talking about it one day, and I had come here to do a speech with some folks for another event. And they said, man, you should come here and just tell people, you know, what goes on in television, how you got this and how you got that. I said, oh, one day I'll do it. So finally, this is the first time we're going to try it. And then I'm a storyteller by trade, so it gives me an opportunity to do that. When
people come out tonight and tomorrow night, what can they expect to see?
Some fun and some of the behind-the-scenes stories that's why the title, Baby If You Ever Wondered what went on behind the scenes, as well as how difficult it is to tell stories and to go deep into stories that most people don't, the surface stories you see, and what a fight it is to get some of the things that we want to say and do on television. And you'll hear about a few of those battles.
Is there anything you want people to take away from the show tonight?
Really, it's about dream chasing. It's about taking that left lane sometimes, or as my dear friend became friends with the late legendary Yogi Berra. I call him one of my favorite poets. One of the things he says that I had the pleasure of talking to him about it. When you come to a fork in the road, take it. And it doesn't matter which stream, which side you take. What matters is that you have the adventure, that you experience life and the troubles and the joys. That's what it's all about. And I think we've forgotten that now. We're waiting for our direction from the great Oz out there in television to tell us what to think, what to do. But life is better experienced. And when you hear some of the stories and how I came into television, some of the things that we have done and said, and the repercussions of those things sometimes, I don't think people would really understand sometimes how you just never know how life's going to turn out. You make that left turn instead of right, and a whole new world.
Yep. Exactly. And you know, I mean, you talk about adventure, and WKRP, that was an adventure, not only for, you know, us watching at home, but for you, that was a fun show to work on. What are some of the stories from working on that show that you can tell on television? Also the opportunities that it gave us, not just as actors, but we also, many of us, including myself, got a chance to write some of the episodes. I'm going to talk about one of them this evening. And also it was the sense of what's kind of missing in television now, that family that you hear about, we were like family. We really were like family. We suffered and had the same joys and victories and losses as a team. And the show is, again, it was very controversial. I mean, when we did a show about the Who concert, that tragedy that changed the whole way of festival seating and all that. Well, we wanted to tell the story because it's a radio station in Cincinnati. Why not? Yeah. The fight and what we had to go through to get that aired was a tremendous battle for us because we stood by our guns, and it went all the way to the fact that the city council had to view the thing before, and then they finally let it go on. Oh, wow. Now, interesting, years later, I'm going through Cincinnati at the airport, and this was much later, and a gentleman came over and sat down. He says, man, I owe you a bit of gratitude. I said, well, thank you. You know, I'm thinking it's a fan. He says, I was the concert promoter for The Who. Oh, wow. And he said I was considering suicide. Oh, my goodness. And I saw that episode, and I was like, wow, you just never know the power. You don't. Wow. Tim Reid, thank you so much for being with us. Looking forward to tonight. You might see a familiar face out there with Tim Reid as well this evening. Yes, we're going to chat. That's right. Yeah. You can check out Baby If You've Ever Wondered, an evening with TV legend Tim Reid tonight and tomorrow at the Liddy Dunges Theater at the Tulsa PAC. Shows start at 8. You can get tickets on the Tulsa PAC's website.